Hello everyone, ockpii here, and on this video I'll be discussing some more Starbound content with you guys. Enjoy! Okay, so first of all, I'd like to touch on a few images that didn't quite make the cut last time because I only found them afterwards. This first one is the same as the Furious George one where he's wearing that cool looking outfit, the black and red one. Only this time it has Superman on it. Quite simple. Following image shows just a different planet. This one has crystals on the background, which looks quite nice. I'd also like to bring out these two images. Okay, as you can see here, he has an equipment window and an inventory window. They're separated from each other. And then on this image, he has just an inventory screen, which seems to be combining both his equipment window and his inventory window, because you can see he has his equipment there, the headgear, the pants, the sweater, all that. And below it, he has his inventory, his items, and all that. So this is probably a different version or something like that. But it's definitely interesting. I think I like the window division better. I think it keeps it quite organized and neat. And I also like the idea that his equipment is orbiting around him. That looks pretty cool. Also, just to clarify, PvP and multiplayer co-op is planned to be in the game. They also mentioned that for PvP there might be specific meteorites, or asteroids, or I don't know the names, sorry. So basically there will probably exist small planets that you can land on, and they have like a scoreboard, or you have like a set arena for you to battle on, as showed by this amazing construction that I did on Terraria. At first this kind of bummed me out, because the first indication that comes with this is that PvP is just going to be mindless shooting at each other. But then I started to wonder, maybe they could have different kinds of arenas. Maybe they could have like a giant meteor or asteroid or planet or whatever that was like a capture the flag arena or something like that. So people from Starbound, if you're listening, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah. Alright, now moving on to some real new content. The first thing I'm going to be talking to you about is NPC visual dynamics. And you might be wondering, if you're not reading the site, what is this? So, if you remember correctly, or if you've been reading the wiki or something, there is no wiki, the FAQ page, you'll know that no two planets are alike, and they have different plants, different animals, different everything. And apparently, this applies to animals as well. So, in this first image, you can see a whole variety of deers. This is pretty cool. There is the ice one with 2 horns. There is a weird unicorn that looks quite cool. And then there's a normal deer that's really boring. Just a normal deer. But yeah, they're all wearing scarves. So it's like the Animal Scarf Club. Moving on, you have different kinds of penguins. I'm not sure what the first one is. It's either a mouth, kind of like wide open, like ah, or it's a giant eye, so I don't know. The middle one seems to have sunglasses and a ring above his head. The first two have wings, or flippers, I don't know. The first one kind of does look like he has wings. And then the last one is a turtle penguin, or penguin turtle, or turtle, or tenguin, I don't know. Leave a name in the comments. He seems to be pointing out the way, or like, this way, guys! So, yeah, cool. Now, next up, you have these lizards. You have the first one with, like, feathers. The one that had feathers on his head, he has a spear, and he's also a different color. The middle one seems to have, like, some cyborg-looking armor. And the third one is just a regular one. If you check the background, you can see that it has the tentacles. So, this is the tentacle planet with a different sky. Moving on to what is my favorite update so far, let me start off with this image. I think I've mentioned on my previous video, if I haven't, you'll know right now, you can combine weapons in Starbound, meaning that you can equip like an axe for your left mouse click, and you can equip a sword for your right mouse click. And this opens up a bunch of stuff, namely shields. That's right, shields, which is amazing, and it kind of works the way that I wanted it to work on Terraria, so this is pretty cool. Let me just start off with this image right here, with a human dude versus an alien dude fighting. He pulls out his shield when he's shooting, and the other one pulls out his shield when he is using his sword. So the way shields work is that you hold the mouse button that you have assigned to it, and the player flings it up. And if you have your shield up when you're attacked, you'll only get a fraction of the damage from the attack. So this is on this image is the white health. So instead of like losing half of the bar, the player only lost 2 little bars. And basically this is energy that can be regained once the battle is over. Once you're like resting or something, this energy will come back. Now, if you protect yourself and you lose just a bit and you get this white health, and then you're attacked, then you lose all your white health. Another cool thing about the shields is that if someone attacks you and you put your shield up, you can attack straight away and do a counterattack that's a guaranteed critical hit, so it's pretty cool. And if you block more than one attack, then the counterattack is even more powerful. However, if you mess up your counterattack, there is no more combo for you. As an added feature, this is what it says on the site. It won't just be you making use of shields. Humanoid enemies will use them too, and some creatures may have natural shields. So if you check this image, this might not be even PvP. This might be just a regular combat on your everyday single player life, or multiplayer life. But if humanoid enemies are really that smart and know how to work their way into weapons and shields, this is pretty cool, and this game's AI seems to be going in the right direction. Also, in terms of combat, and moving on to the next image, the attack of an enemy will only be triggered if they are on an attacking animation. So, for most of the enemies in the game, you can just walk through them. If they're not on an attacking animation, you don't get any damage. This is kind of like the cacti in Terraria, where in one patch they stop dealing damage to you. Well, this is kind of the same thing, only cacti don't really have an attack animation, do they? So yeah, you'll only receive damage if someone is on attacking animation, as you can see the cool deer here. Finally, and to close this off, I'd like to take a quick look with you at the wallpapers. They've been doing a wallpaper of the week thing on the site, and it shows a bunch of different scenarios. So for the first one, you have a desert scenario, and you have a different kind of horse. You have a cool player, which has Link-like clothes from The Legend of Zelda. You have sort of a gate there, so there are maybe ruins that you get to explore, or maybe even a town. A lot of cool stuff is being discussed in the suggestions part of the forum, so make sure to check that out as well. On the following wallpaper, you have something that is very similar and reminiscent of the Tentacle Planet, because check this out. On the background, there are several tentacle-ish type things. They're purple and they have big glowing balls. You have a bunch of vines and purple water, and you can see the anglerfish on the bottom of the image. And the player seems to be kind of military related because he has a rifle, a laser rifle as it seems, and camouflage equipment. Moving on to the last wallpaper, you have the mechanic NPC, presumably just an NPC, on a mech, which is a GIF that you guys already saw. But this mech is blue, so this may be also a reference to the fact that you can customize your vehicles, or you can repaint them, or add decals or decals. And maybe, just maybe, the NPCs can drive them as well, because this is the mechanic on the mech. So, get it? Mechanic on the mech? Oh, I'm brilliant. That about wraps this video up. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it around, and watch my other videos. I also do Terraria videos, which I think you guys would like them, so make sure to give them a watch. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye!